Please subscribe my channel. I used to think that staying quiet gave me strength. If I pulled away first and made someone feel unimportant, they would come chasing after me. That had always been my experience. Guys ran after distance. Guys disliked being turned down. Guys pleaded when you acted like they were about to lose you. At least, that's what I convinced myself. So when Ethan invited me to dinner that evening, I already knew how things would play out. I would turn him down. He would keep asking. I would say perhaps another time. It was a pattern I'd followed all through my grown-up years. Ethan wasn't loud or showy. He didn't try to impress. He just asked in a calm way, as if it was important to him but wouldn't ruin his day if it didn't happen. We've been spending time together for months. Nothing serious, no labels, just easy and relaxed. He covered the bills without drawing attention to it. He listened more than he talked. He recalled little things I'd mentioned and thought I'd forgotten. That kind of steady nature always bothered me a bit. It felt secure, which somehow seemed dull. That night, we were already at the restaurant in downtown Chicago. He'd ordered wine. I was looking at my phone, only half paying attention, feeling good about having the advantage. When the waiter asked if we wanted to order main courses, Ethan looked at me and smiled. "Do you want to stay a little more?" he asked. "Or should we wrap it up?" That was my chance. I leaned back, looked him in the eye, and said casually, "I don't think this is leading anywhere. I don't feel that excitement anymore." I waited for the pause, the surprise, the gentle argument. I expected him to ask what he did wrong, or say we could work on it. I expected him to try harder. Instead, Ethan just nodded once. He didn't argue. He didn't ask why. He didn't even seem shocked. He picked up the bill folder when it came, put his card in, and gave it back to the waiter. His calm reaction threw me off. I let out a short laugh and said, "You're not even going to respond?" He looked at me, really looked, not mad, not hurt, just straightforward. "You said you don't feel it," he answered. "I believe you." That should have bothered me, and it did, but deeper than that. I tried again, softer. Most guys would at least try. Ethan shrugged a little. Most guys don't really listen the first time. The waiter came back. He signed the receipt, stood up, and grabbed his jacket. No hanging around, no big goodbye, just calm and final. As he walked away from the table, I felt a strange new feeling. Not guilt, not sorrow, panic. If you're sensing that quiet change in who had the upper hand already, hit like so this story gets to others who felt it too. "Ethan," I said too fast. He paused, turned around, waiting but a bit distant. "You're really just finished?" "Yes," he said, not harshly, not proudly, just stating it. I don't chase when it's clear. He left. I sat there longer than planned, long enough for the wine to get warm, long enough for the restaurant noise to feel overwhelming. I looked at my phone, waiting for a text. Nothing. No follow-up, no late message, no joke to say sorry. I told myself he was holding back. Guys always held back a bit, hoping you'd change your mind. On the way home, I kept thinking about that moment over and over, looking for my mistake. Did I push too far? Should I have smiled when I said it? Should I have said, maybe instead of no? I thought up texts in my mind, light ones that gave him space to reply. Be real. If you were him, would you have left so smoothly? Tell me in the comments. I didn't message him that night. I wanted him to miss me, the quiet, the empty space. That was the goal, right? The next morning, still nothing. By afternoon, annoyance took over from my confidence. I sent a quick text. Didn't think you'd vanish like that. Hours later, a reply, one line, I didn't vanish. I left when you wanted me to. That stung more than I thought. It changed the whole view. Suddenly, I wasn't the one in charge. I was the one who spoke too openly, thinking things would always work in my favor. If you've ever misjudged someone's limits, type "listen" in the comments. I tried to get back on track. I suggested meeting for coffee. He said no politely. I joked about being dramatic. He didn't bite. The pattern I'd counted on just wasn't there. And that's when the uncomfortable truth hit me. Ethan didn't leave to make me suffer. He left because he accepted what I said. That thought stayed with me into the night, heavy and unfinished. For the first time, turning someone down didn't make them pursue me. It made them disappear. And I didn't yet get what that meant about me. The days after Ethan left felt oddly empty. Not full of drama, not crushing heartbreak, just quiet in a way I wasn't used to. I kept looking at my phone from habit, not expecting anything, but my habits hadn't adjusted yet. Quiet had always been short-lived before. This time it lasted. I began going over our whole time together, not hunting for his faults, but where I'd misunderstood him. Ethan never promised long-term. He never begged for more. He never fought when I distanced myself. I'd seen that as weakness, as not caring enough. Now I saw it as self-control, as choice. He wasn't waiting to be picked. He was choosing if he wanted to stay. And when I said I didn't feel it, he trusted my words. That didn't make me miss him instantly. It made me uneasy because if Ethan wasn't playing my game, then all my little games, all my planned distance, had been aimed at someone who wasn't playing along. I wasn't strong in that restaurant moment. I was thoughtless. A week later, I bumped into him by chance at a Trader Joe's in the early evening. He was checking product labels, focused and relaxed, like his life hadn't been upset. He only saw me when I said his name. He smiled nicely, the kind you give someone you truly wish the best, but don't hold close anymore. We chatted briefly about the weather, jobs, everyday stuff. No awkwardness, no anger. That stung more than anger would have. Finally, I said, "You look okay." "I am," Ethan replied. I felt down for a day. Then I recalled I want real interest from both sides, not bargaining. There was the key difference. I saw love as a way to gain advantage. He saw it as agreement. When I didn't give it openly, he stepped away without fuss. No big lesson, no talk, just matching what was real. If this part touches something in you, think about sharing this story with someone who needs it. Sometimes a new view spreads better than direct advice. After that, I didn't see him anymore, but his absence showed up in how other guys acted when I pulled away, confused and unsure, and how often I felt uninterested where I once felt powerful. Ethan took something away, not love, but the false idea that turning someone down always gave you strength. It took months for the full lesson to sink in. I didn't lose Ethan because I turned him down. I lost him because I treated rejection as a strategy instead of honesty. He didn't leave to teach me. He left because he valued himself enough to trust my words. That shifted how I approached dating afterward. Not right away. Change doesn't come on time. But gradually, I quit testing people. I stopped holding back just to be pursued. I began saying what I truly felt, even if it meant risking loss. Especially then. Here's a question. Do you think rejection should lead to chasing or to understanding? Share your thoughts below and let's discuss. Sometimes I think about if Ethan realizes the impact. Not on me personally, but overall, leaving without anger, without payback, without drama. That kind of self-worth stays with you. It teaches softly. It changes how you remember things. I don't believe he meant to change me, but he did. The real point is, when I turned him down, I thought it was about how desirable I was. It wasn't. It was about his limits. He paid the bill. He got up and never glanced back because he didn't have to. He wasn't showing off. He was picking calm over trying to convince. If you think leaving can be strength, not pride, comment the word boundaries. I still believe rejecting someone isn't bad. People can feel what they feel. But I don't mix up lack of interest with strength or quiet with power anymore. Sometimes the best reaction to rejection isn't chasing, it's accepting. And that evening at the restaurant showed me something I didn't know I needed. The one who loses control isn't the person left behind. It's the one who thought someone would stay no matter their own dignity. If this story shifted your view, like the video, comment on this. Would you prefer to be chosen half-heartedly or to leave peacefully? And subscribe for more stories about the quiet moments that change us.